Hi everyone, Daniel here, and today I'm going to show you how to fix any network issue that you have for playing Call of Duty Warzone in PS4 and PS5. So let's get into it right away. Alright, the first method is about port forwarding, but before that you need to make sure that you have NAT type 2. To test your NAT type, you need to go to PS4 settings and then network and then choose test internet connection. If your NAT type is 3, you need to call your ISP and ask them to change your NAT type to NAT type 2. And after that, if you still have issue for playing, now it's time to do some port forwarding on your router, which I'm gonna show you how to do that. Alright, first you need to go to view connection status and write your IP address for your PS4. For example, here is 192, 168, 105 and 85. Depending on your console and which type of router you are connected to, it might be really different. So write it down somewhere and then go to the next step. If you have a phone or a PC, you can do the rest of this tutorial on your phone or PC browser like Google Chrome or stuff like that. But if you don't have a phone or PC, you can do this in your PlayStation browser as well. But it's gonna be a little bit slow, so I'm gonna do this on my PC. You can do the same on your PlayStation browser. And if you are on a PS5, you don't have browser, so you need to do this on your PC or your phone. First, you need to enter ipvoid.com for UDP port scanner. I like this because it's really easy and good for checking ports. Second one is TCP port checker, and I recommend you to use this website for TCP ports because you can enter start port number and end port number, which you don't need to enter ports one by one. After that, you need to understand what's your IP address. If you search what's my IP address, it's gonna show you in Google. So you need to take your IP address and make a copy of that and paste it in the websites for checking ports. These ports are necessary ports for playing Call of Duty Warzone in PlayStation. It doesn't matter if you are playing on PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5, the ports are almost the same. For example, I want to check 1935 because it's only one port, so I set start port and end port to the same value. As you can see, this port is not open, so that's why you might get some issues for playing. But if you don't know your connection is TCP or UDP, you need to check both. We're gonna check both here. Now I'm gonna check these ports, and as you can see, they are all closed. They are not open. Sorry for my voice, I'm a little bit sick today. Alright, now it's time to check some UDP ports. I'm gonna start with this port for UDP. You need to agree to terms of use, and also you are not a robot. So as you can see here, this port is open. You can see this sign is next to the open, so we can understand I have this port open on UDP. So you need to check all the ports and understand which ports are closed on your router, for example TCP, or it might be UDP as well for you. And after that, you need to open the ports by port forwarding on your router. If you don't know how to enter your router settings, you just need to search in Google, for example, router TP-Link IP address, and also username and password. If you didn't change it, it's admin by default, or it can be something else that you can find it on Google as well. It depends on which type of router do you use. It can be in advanced settings, in NAT options, or port forwarding. For example, in this router I have these settings in NAT options, or in this TDLT router it's in port management section. So you need to find the section that you can change the ports for TCP, UDP, or for both. Alright, for example here I'm gonna change the name for PlayStation Network Protocol. I'm gonna choose all because it's going to be for UDP and TCP. We had the same ports, some of them. And start port number and end port number, you can find them in the list that I gave you. And in local IP address, you need to enter your PS4 IP address when you are connected to this router. If you have multiple routers like me, you need to connect to the router that you are using for gaming and then enter the PS4 IP address here. Do you remember when I told you write it down somewhere in view connection status? That's the IP address that you need to use for your router. For example, here I'm gonna use this IP address because it's like this when I'm connected to this router. And after that, you need to press save and also enter other ports if you had issue for any other ports in your PlayStation. Alright, so let's go to the next method. If you still have issues after port forwarding, a good idea can be using some DNS, because if you don't have closed ports on your internet and you still have issues, it might be because your internet provider have some issues with DNS and with the game servers. So I recommend you to choose some different DNS and test it again, which I'm going to show you how to change it on PS4. To change DNS, you need to go to setup internet connection, and after that select use Wi-Fi or LAN cable depending on which kind of internet you are using, and after that select custom instead of easy. Select automatic for IP address and select do not specify for DHCP hostname and select manual for DNS setting. You can use Google DNS, OpenDNS, and there are many DNS that I did put them in the description. You can try them to see if they work for you, and for the rest of the options just choose automatic for all of them and then test your internet connection to make sure that everything is fine. Alright, if you have NAT type 2 and you did port forwarding and DNS didn't help you yet, I'm gonna show you another method which can help you. First, you need to make sure that your network speed and ping are okay, and network speed is good and ping is not high. I'm gonna show you how to check your ping and network speed for this game, and after that I'm gonna show you another method for fixing issues for playing Call of Duty Warzone. To test your internet ping, you need to go to speedtest.net and from there press go so you can see the ping with millisecond. For example, mine is 70 millisecond, but it's for your country. It's connected to the closest server in your country. It should be under 30 milliseconds. If it's more than 30 milliseconds, you might get some issues in the game because of high ping. For example, mine is 17 milliseconds here, but my ping to Europe is about 80 to 100 milliseconds. So you need to understand what's your ping and have good ping for playing. Also, you need to make sure when you are testing your internet connection on PS4, you have at least 2 megabits per second for download and 1 megabit per second for upload. Alright, so after that, if you still have issue, all you need to do is to use this method to clean network cache for your game. All you need to do is to open the game when it's closed and then hold L1 plus R1 until the game boots up. So you need to hold it on your controller until you can see the game boots up like this. And also sometimes you might see checking for updates. It's actually updating, but it's going to show you checking for updates. It might take for a few seconds and then you need to restart your game, or it might take even minutes if you have a slow internet, so it's fine. And also sometimes if you see it's going to show you connection fail, you need to retry again. It might fix the issue. As you can see here, it did fix the issue for me. Alright, if you did all the methods and you still have issue, I have another method for you. Don't worry about it. In this method, I recommend you, if you have good ping, if you have normal speed, if you did port forwarding, changing DNS and you still have issue, I recommend you to go and test playing in another user on your PS4 or PS5. And if it did fix it, it means your account, your main account, have some issues with the game. So what do you need to do? You need to go to PlayStation settings and then sign out of your account and sign in again. And also you can restore licenses after signing in. It can help sometimes to fix the issue. You can also try to deactivate your primary PS4 and activate it again. It might fix the issue for you. Alright, if you tried all the methods and you still have issues for playing, the last method that I'm gonna show you is using a VPN on your PS4 or PS5, which I will make a video about it. But if you still have some issues, please let me know what's your issue in the comments below. I will answer you. Thank you so much for watching this video. If this video did help you, give it a like and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more tutorials. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.